Hi, my name is Rachel Slatter and this is case study number 3. In workshop 2 we explored music and sound. We played a few different games. One of the games we played involved us making a sound with our voices. We each made a different sound and then the class had to copy that sound. Everyone came up with their own individual sound and some experimented by using expression and tone, which implied a feeling toward their sound. This is a type of music practice that involves using voice as an instrument. I think any class in primary school could easily play this kind of activity. You could extend the game by incorporating movement to match the sounds you produced, or even by making more than one sound in a row, making it harder to copy the sounds made by peers. The skills demonstrated in this class would be the students' ability to make a unique sound using their voice, and then their ability to listen and interpret the sounds made by others. To assess this activity, you could observe the students playing the sound game and see if every student was able to follow the instruction and participate. In workshop 3, we explored dance and movement. One activity we did was a mirroring activity where we had to mirror the actions and dance moves made by our partner. This allowed us to respond to our partners by copying and interpreting their dance moves. The person who was the action maker had to use their imagination and utilise the space around them effectively without bumping into any other partners. Some improvised their dance moves while other students began improvising and then ended up copying the same dance moves of another group, which made half of the class look like they were doing a choreographed dance. The skills needed for this activity would be coordination, imagination, movement, and communication skills, which leads me to believe that levels 3 and up would engage in this activity well. To assess this activity, you may ask the students to perform their mirroring acts to the class and allow other students to respond to them after by providing them with feedback. This would allow the students to learn as audience and as artists through dancing and observing. In workshop 4, we did another dancing activity that involved the whole class. This was the Troika dance, which is a Russian folk dance. It seemed to be a little bit more difficult to coordinate as there are a lot of choreographed steps which we needed to learn whilst listening and responding to the music. The skills needed for this dance included working with others, responding to music and rhythm, using the space with respect, and working in coordination with the others. After we completed the dance, we spoke about the cultural context. This prompted many questions about the Russian culture and allowed us to understand the meaning behind the song and dance. We learnt that Troika means 3-horse team, which is evident in the rows of 3 people per section within the dance. This is performed in celebration and togetherness. This dance was slightly more technical and choreographed, which proved to be harder for some students. I think this dance would be appropriate for year levels 4 and above because there needs to be a great deal of respect for others and for the space around them. To assess this activity, you could create a checklist to ensure students are meeting achievement point standards. You may record the observations while the whole class is performing the dance. The achievement points you may look to include could be the students' ability to engage in structured movement, their use of expression in the dance, and their involvement in safe dance practices.